When the scandals involve Republicans, Democrats demand justice. When the scandal touches Democrats, they demand silence. We are watching identity politics being used as a fire extinguisher, not to put out justice, but to extinguish accountability.
This is the Publisher's Desk with Damon K. Jones, brought to you by Black Westchester Magazine, where life, culture, community, and faith meet truth, power, and purpose.
My brothers and sisters, welcome back to the Publisher's Desk. Today, we're walking into a story that mainstream press is quietly cheering. Because of the Epstien Files Transparency Act.
The rules are suspended, the bill is passed, and without objection, the motion to reconsider is laid on the table.
But here's the kicker. Despite the volume of action, one key question has gone unanswered, brothers and sisters. And that's why the Democrats are completely silent about their own actions dealing with Epstein. This week, CNN confirmed that Jeffrey Epstien, yes, Jeffrey Epstein, that Epstein that everybody's talking about, sent text messages to Delegate Stacey Plaskett during a 2019 congressional hearing. Her office admitted it, no denial, no mask. They confirmed it. But the silence coming from Democrats and mainstream media tells you everything, brothers and sisters. These are the same people who claim to stand for the victims, stand for women, stand against predators, yet suddenly have nothing to say when a convicted sex offender is texting one of their own in real time during a United States government congressional hearing. So let's break it down. This wasn't a random message. Epstein didn't just reach out to people he didn't know. And there is a publicly documented connection between Jeffrey Epstein and Plaskett's political career. Epstein owned 2 private islands in the U.S. Virgin Islands, Little St. James and Great St. James. See, this is the epicenter of his money, his influence, his abuses. Epstein's companies, their lawyers and financial vehicles pump money into the Virgin Islands and their political community for years. And yes, Epstein's network donated to Stacey Plaskett's congressional campaign. That is not a rumor. That is FEC records, a $2,700 donation, the legal maximum at the time. Now that was documented and later returned only after the Epstein scandal exploded internationally. So let's be clear about something. The connection existed, the political overlap existed, and the access existed, which is why Epstein felt very comfortable in texting her during the congressional hearing. And she felt comfortable texting him back and even asking him what was the information to ask in the congressional hearing.
Weisenberg and other individuals, Ms. Rona. Who are those individuals? Are they with the Trump organization?
They are.
Are there other people that we should be meeting with?
So Alan Weisselberg is the chief financial officer.
You got to quickly give us as many names as you can so we can get to them.
Yes, ma'am.
Is Ms. Rona, what is Ms. Rona's position?
Rona Graff is Mr. Trump's executive assistant.
And would she be able to corroborate many of the statements that you've made here?
Yes, her office is directly next to his, and she's involved in a lot.
Now, Congress is acting on it. Republican Congressman Ralph Norman introduced a House Resolution 888 censuring Plaskett and removing her from the House Intelligence Committee. And here's what he said on the House floor.
National hearing in February of 2019 and directs the Committee on Ethics to conduct a full investigation into the extent of Plaskett's ties to Epstein and any further improprieties. Section 2, removed from House Permanent Select Committee on Intelligence. The following named member be and is hereby removed from the following committee on the House of Representatives: Permanent Select Committee on Intelligence, Ms. Plaskett.
And here's when it gets real crazy, brothers and sisters. See, Plaskett didn't deny it. She didn't even explain the relationship. She didn't even offer any type of content. This is what she said.
You don't want to talk about what is really happening here. Your attacks on working families, your protection of powerful predators and corporate criminals. You want to talk about texting felons? How often do you text President Donald J. Trump? That's the individual we should be concerned about.
Gentleman will state his point of order.
The point of order is you may not call the President of the United States a felon. That is a violation.
Point of order is under consideration, and we're not going to lose order here either, so please.
May I continue? May I continue, Mr.
Members
Speaker?
are, however, reminded to refrain, as mentioned a little while ago.
Now, family, let's be honest. Let's put our thinking caps on. What she said wasn't a defense. It was a deflection. And the moment she called Trump a felon, Republicans instantly raised the point of order. But even after being ruled out of order, she still didn't address what was she doing texting Epstein. See, there wasn't no explanation, no denial, and no answer why Epstein had her number and felt comfortable. Listen, most of us here watching this are grown adults. You just don't text anybody that you don't have a real relationship asking them, are they chewing and what are they chewing? And he also, at the end of the text, he said, good job. See, there's a deeper relationship than we're talking about. And I'm not even talking about sexual. I'm talking about just a relationship. If someone is openly and feels comfortable to text somebody like that, we're grown adults here. See, she even gave no answer. Why the hell did Epstein have her number? And this is what happened on CNN.
Epstein texted Democratic Congresswoman Stacey Plaskett during your House Oversight Committee hearing in early 2019. Her staff confirmed that and went on to say as a former prosecutor, she welcomes information that helps her get at the truth and took on the GOP that was trying to bury the truth. Why do you think Epstein would have been so invested? Well, let me ask you mine. Why do you think wait, hold on. Answer mine first. Why do you think Epstein was so invested?
Yeah, he wanted to get at Trump. There's no doubt he had a real animus towards him. Because Donald Trump allegedly stole the property, the one that was ultimately sold for $95 million that Jeffrey Epstein wanted to buy on South Ocean there in Palm Beach, Florida. But the real question I think that is being missed here, and one I would love for Stacey Plaskett to give me a call and explain. Why don't you explain to me why you're texting with Jeffrey Epstein anyway? In fact, Jeffrey Epstein at that time had already been charged as being a pedophile, as running a sex trafficking ring, and you're in the process of texting with him during my live House Oversight Committee hearing. She is in communication. As a woman, forgetting about even as a member of Congress, we see there's a whole bunch of perverts there too. But as a woman, knowing that this guy was the worst sex trafficker of underage girls, of children, you're texting with the leader of this when he's already been charged and awaiting an indictment. Shame on Stacey Plaskett, by the way. She owes an explanation, and not the BS explanation that her office and her staff gave.
Well, I invite her to explain. I'll also say, as a woman and former prosecutor myself, sometimes the journey to the truth requires you to walk through the depths of hell, and you meet devils along the way. Michael Cohen, thank you so much for joining.
And I'm going to be honest, brothers and sisters, I'm losing more and more respect for Laura Coates, because the comment she made that you have to deal with the devil. No, sister. She has explaining to do. And she's not a prosecutor. She's an elected official representing the Virgin Islands. And why is she texting a pedophile and getting questions to answer in a hearing from a pedophile? No explanation, no denial. See, this is modern politics, brothers and sisters. See, when they can't defend the facts, they change the subject. But it gets worse. Then House Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffries, AKA, as Charlemagne the God says, APAC Shakur, he steps in, not to address the evidence, not to address the conduct of his fellow Democrat with Epstien, but to play the race game in full volume. Check this out.
Now, it's extraordinary to me, week after week, censure after censure, and I wonder, is it just coincidence that the last 3 censures we've had on the House floor happen to involve, first, you tried to censure LaMonica MacGyver, and then, Mr. Speaker, Republicans tried to censure Ilhan Omar, and now we're on the floor and you're trying to censure Stacey Plaskett. What is it exactly that those 3 individuals have in common? House Republicans are going to have to answer for the things, the extreme things that you continue to do. And let me be very clear about Stacey Plaskett. She's a woman of great intelligence and a woman of great integrity. And she deserves better than what she's receiving from House Republican extremists. She deserves the opportunity to be heard. She deserves due process. She deserves the ability to make her case. Not to be prosecuted by petty foggers, playing lawyer on the floor of the House of Representatives. Google that if you don't know what it means.
Now, he said the only reason Plaskett was being censored because she was a woman of color? Did we not just see the text messages? Did we not just see the exchange? Did we not just see that Plaskett asked the same questions that Epstien told her to ask? This is insane. He never addressed the text. He never addressed the donation. He never addressed the Virgin Islands connection. He never addressed ethic issues. Instead, he tried to turn a documented Epstein contact into identity politics. But here's the part even Jeffries conveniently left out. That he himself appeared in the Epstein email dump, where Epstein's network was contacted for political donations and introductions. See, that's also publicly reported. That is also documented. And that's exactly why he wants the conversation shut down and he wants to pull the race card. See, the Democrats pushed to bring the Epstein files out because they thought it would be some real damaging connection to Trump. But guess what? You always be careful for what you ask for. So instead of accountability, Jeffrey tries to weaponize race, not truth, not facts, not ethics. He plays the race card. See, and when these politicians keep playing the race card, the legit concerns about race and racism in America gets watered down. It doesn't have the true meaning because they use it just for everything. So when racism and discrimination really comes up in institutions at work or wherever, we can't fight it like we can because y'all Negroes down there keep using it to defend your silliness. Yes, racism exists. But if you say everything is racism, the real racism goes unchecked. This is why Black America is tired of political games. When the scandals involve Republicans, Democrats demand justice. When the scandal touches Democrats, they demand silence. We are watching identity politics being used as a fire extinguisher, not to put out justice, but to extinguish accountability. Epstein's influence ran deep in the Virgin Islands. Plaskett's connection to that world is on record. The text messages during the hearing are confirmed. And the Democratic leadership's response is, don't look at the facts. It's all racism. See, Black America deserves better than that. America deserves better than that. If the principle of accountability, it must apply to everybody. If the truth only matters when it hurts Republicans, it's not the truth. It's only propaganda. And right now, the silence is propaganda. So thank you for watching the show. Please like and share and leave a comment. Do you think we'll see more Democratic connections in the Epstein files now that they voted to release all the documents? Or do you think they're still going to try to tie President Trump to Epstein? Please leave comments, like and share, and thank you for watching and support us. Go to blackwestchestermerch.shop and get one of these great t-shirts. We have t-shirts of all our shows. Support independent Black media. And as always, stay safe, stay blessed, and stay Blacktastic. Peace out.
Tired of the same emotional politics that lead nowhere. Emotional Politics, Logical Failure by Damon K. Jones is the book Black America needs right now. It exposes the lies, challenges the gatekeepers, and calls for real strategy, not just symbolism. Power starts with truth. On sale, now, and available in audiobook on Amazon.
Tolerance is for Cowards by Damon K. Jones. This book is not anti-police, it's pro-community. Discover how the extended policing strategy empowers you to demand real public safety, justice, and accountability from your local police department. Because the Black community deserves good policing. On sale now on Amazon and Audible. Discover Jesus and Divine Black Masculinity by Damon K. Jones. This a bold blueprint to restore faith, manhood, and purpose in Black America. Because the Black community needs good Black men. Available now on Amazon. If you found this video informative, don't forget to like and share it with others who need to hear the truth. And for exclusive content and behind-the-scenes access, join the Black Westchester Magazine YouTube membership club today. Your support helps us keep independent Black media strong. Support independent Black media with style. Rock Black Westchester merch and represent the news with the Black point of view. Every purchase helps us speak truth to power.
This is the Publisher's Desk with Damon K. Jones, brought to you by Black Westchester Magazine, where life, culture, community, and faith meet truth, power, and purpose.